What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Now, just as soon as I put this video up, not even 2 hours later, this shit happens. And let me explain to you. So, on my Instagram, I made a meme for my dude, Mauricio Herrera. As you guys know, that's my folk. I interviewed him before. Very down to earth, like one of the coolest dudes, you know what I mean? Cool as a cucumber guys in the outside of the ring. You know what I'm saying? I've never been in the ring with him. But he's cool. He's just real cool, down to earth, easy to talk to. Now, anyway, I made this meme and it's based on how I feel. I shot it to him and Mauricio Herrera posted it on his Instagram. Now, all of a sudden, I'm getting blown up with notifications and shit saying, "Oh, Danny Garcia dissing y'all" and stuff like that. So apparently, I made the meme, posted it on my Instagram. Then Mauricio Herrera posted it on his Instagram. Obviously, someone must have tagged Danny Garcia or sent it his way, or maybe they follow each other. I don't know. And Danny Garcia responded with this particular picture. And I quote, he has a meme of him laughing, and it says, "When people say rematch Matisse and Herrera, and I was the champ, challengers don't get rematches." And then as his caption, he says, 28-0 is facts. August 9th, I'll be 29-0. Pound, hashtag team Danny Swift Garcia. Now, this is some bullshit, man. Like, I'm actually, at this moment, right now, pissed to be a boxing fan. Because what he's saying is true. And I know it's true, but sometimes it takes something like this to happen for you to realize that boxing nowadays, people act like straight up girls. Just, oh, it's a business. Like, I get that. You're supposed to make money. Any business is supposed to do that. But when do we get away from boxing and rivalries and setting your wrongs and making them right? You know what I mean? Like, I can't get with that. I'm a competitive person by nature. And I don't see how Danny Garcia and his team can rest easy knowing that the public believes he lost to Mauricio Herrera. And he's doing everything under the sun to duck and avoid the rematch. And I'm not a Danny Garcia hater. In fact, I stuck up for him. I come to bat when there was a barrage of people said, "Oh, he's weak, he sucks." I picked him to beat Eric Morales in the second fight. I picked him to beat Amir Khan. I picked him to beat Zab Judah. Some of you guys said, "Oh, that's a horrible stylistic matchup. Danny Garcia throws too wide. He's going to get clubbed by Zab Judah, who's obviously quicker and athletic and a southpaw and all that." And then I was right. I was right. And then I picked Danny Garcia to beat even Lucas Matisse, which you guys said I was crazy. These videos are still up, people. Like, you can go on my YouTube right now, type in Ego and predictions and shit, and you'll find them. I said he'll beat Lucas Matisse. I said it's a 50-50 fight. It's a good fight, but I'm rocking with Danny Garcia. He was the more respected champion in terms of his belt, and I listed everything in that video why I felt Danny Garcia would win. I even picked Danny Garcia to beat Mauricio Herrera, but I'm a real person. You know what I'm saying? Just like Tupac said, "I got a big mouth. I can't help it. I'm real." That's me. You know what I mean? That embodies me. I'm real. So my prediction's wrong and I'm way off target, then so be it. Fuck it. It is what it is. It's boxing. I was wrong. And then I move forth with my life. But I picked Danny Garcia to win, and he won according to the judges. But I don't even take pride in that prediction being right, because I told you, some of you guys were saying Danny Garcia was going to sleep Mauricio Herrera, knock him out. I told you that wasn't going to happen. So in my prediction, go back, check the records. You know what I mean? I said in my prediction that it was going to be a unanimous decision. And he did win a decision. I think it was a majority or split decision. I forget. But it was a decision. I told you that Mauricio Herrera is tough. And this was before I even interviewed the guy or anything. I told you he's just tough and he's slippery, he's crafty, so I didn't see Danny Garcia stopping him. I said that. I said these things. And I don't take pride in that prediction being quote unquote right, because I don't feel it was right. I feel like I got the prediction wrong because Herrera did his motherfucking thing. He exercised that jab, and I think he beat him. He just outworked him. He had Danny Garcia looking foolish in spots. Danny Garcia showed heart and, you know what I mean, try to make it his type of fight and look good in spots. But overall, that work rate, that jab, it was just too much for Danny Garcia. And everything was set for Danny Garcia in that fight. Mauricio Herrera, I believe, was coming off a loss to Kareem Mayfield. He was more inactive than Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia had fought Lucas Matisse, so he had probably gained a little bit of an ego, beating all these guys, Khans and the Lucas Matisses and Zab. So he's probably feeling himself, underestimated Mauricio Herrera, and the rest is history. He was in for the fight of his life. And a lot of you guys said Lucas Matisses was going to be the test and the toughest fight. It was on the one card and all that. And that actually turned out to be an easier fight for him, the devastating puncher, than the crafty veteran boxer who was on his last leg. Mauricio Herrera was kind of on his last leg, almost in the verge of being forgotten. Golden Boy gave him a chance, signed him. Watch my interview with him. He was basically saying that I think he was with Thompson Promotions. He was with another promoter. That contract was expiring. He didn't really like the offer. Golden Boy took a chance on him. Mauricio Herrera told me that they'll give you the Danny Garcia fight. We'll give you the Danny Garcia fight if you sign to Golden Boy. And then he did. And his career is back up and running because he looked good against Perez on the Canelo Lara undercard too. So it's like this day and age in boxing, it doesn't matter if you look good in a fight. If you gave someone a tough fight, it's just, oh well, he was a challenger, so he doesn't get it. The double standards in boxing are so ridiculous to me. You look at Floyd Mayweather versus Marcos Maidana. In my opinion, Floyd won that fight. I think it was a close fight. I think it was a good fight. I was entertained by it. Marcos Maidana held a very good account of himself, and he even won some of the early rounds, and he won them convincingly. But ultimately, I think it all boils down to the public's perception is you perceive Mayweather as this flawless being, and if he's not completely outclassing someone 100% in every round, just shutting them out like he did Canelo or whatnot, then it's a loss for him. Or if he has a bloody nose, it's a loss for him. Floyd Mayweather won that fight, but due to the public's perception, the public outcry, Marcos Maidana, that fight was a draw. And then some people saying Maidana won, some people saying Mayweather won. He's clearing the air by taking that fight. And this was a champion that he fought. And the thing is, he's no longer the champion, and Floyd Mayweather is giving that fight. Now, whether you like it, me personally, I don't want to see it because I don't really give Maidana the same shot to look like he did in the first fight. But at least he's setting the record straight, and it's like, what do you want him to do? People are bitching and complaining, saying he lost the fight. So if he avoids the fight and moves on to Amir Khan or Keith Thurman or whoever else, Devin Alexander, whoever else he chooses to fight, then people can easily say, oh, you ducked Maidana. He was just too lethal of a puncher. You didn't want to let him wear his gloves and stuff like that. So it's just repulsive behavior from the lineal champion, Danny Garcia. I mean, just trying to sweep it under the rug. Like if you've seen Men in Black when they had that little laser pointer thing and you like stare into this and it makes you forget. It's like that's what Angel Garcia and Danny Garcia are trying to do. They want us to forget and act like Herrera never happened. Like this was supposed to be your event in Puerto Rico, your coming home experience. And it wasn't. It turned out to be a very tough fight for you. Now you're saying, oh, challengers don't get rematches. Like what the fuck? Like what is that? You know what I'm saying? And from everybody from Pacquiao to Mayweather to just classic bouts in history, the Mickey Ward, Arturo Gatti, rematches have taken places when needed. Pacquiao and the Eric Morales, he complained that there was a last minute change. He didn't get to wear the puncher's gloves, the Cleto Reyes gloves that he wanted to wear. Therefore, he didn't look as good. And then the cut bothered him. What did Pacquiao do? He came back like a motherfucker and stopped Eric Morales and then fought him another time just to just in case there was anybody wondering, I'm better than Eric Morales. And then he beat him again. You know what I mean? Floyd Mayweather, you guys bring up Castillo. Some of you guys bring up Castillo like, oh, Mayweather should have lost. But you don't bring up the fact that Mayweather fought Castillo again after he had his shoulder rehab on his shoulder surgery or whatever. And he rematched Castillo same year. He didn't wait like 4 years. And the same year he rematched him and clearly convincingly beat him. So there was no doubt about it. And again, this new generation of boxing, boxers or whatever, it's like they want to sweep it under the rug. So for me, Garcia, I mean, it's just not respectable. I respect you as a person. You know what I mean? I'm not here to disrespect Danny Garcia, anything like that. But just replying with this is nonsense to me. It's not how you're supposed to conduct yourself at a lineal champion. Look at Sergio Martinez. This motherfucker came off of injuries to fight a Hall of Famer in Miguel Cotto off of injuries and a long layoff. And it was on a big stage, Madison Square Garden. This dude came back. People joke around, oh, Sergio sucks, he washed up. But he came out off of injuries and a long layoff as lineal champion and at least tried against Cotto. And Cotto, we knew Cotto can punch. You know what I mean? We knew Cotto was a good boxer. We seen what Cotto did against Delvin Rodriguez. Mauricio Herrera, you say he can't punch. You say you won 8 rounds to 4, yet he can't get a rematch. You know what I'm saying? So Danny Garcia, like, rematch somebody. Shit. Lucas Matisse. A lot of people complain he got his eye swell up and that kind of changed the tide. So it could be true. Rematch him then. He looked good in his last fight. Rematch Amir Khan. Amir Khan moved up. You say you want to move up. It's just, I can't get with this new age style of thinking in terms of boxing. Like I said, I'm not here to disrespect Danny Garcia. You can see the comments throughout this video. The fans aren't feeling his demeanor. You know what I mean? I'm not big on rematches either. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like, oh yeah, I love rematch. I love fresh matches. But sometimes rematches absolutely need to happen. Look at Roy Jones Jr. versus Montel Griffin. He lost on some bullshit. He hit a downed opponent and he was disqualified. What the fuck did Roy Jones Jr. do? He came back like a true champion after he quote unquote lost and beat the shit out of Montel Griffin. He hit him with that long range like hook / uppercut in the first round and knocked him out. Yet you got Danny Garcia, who's not fighting Kareem Mayfield. He says Kareem Mayfield is not he's not relevant enough to fight. Then Danny Garcia also said that he's not giving Herrera or Lucas Matisse a rematch. Like what? Like, you know what I'm saying? Who are you gonna rematch? What are you gonna do? You know what I mean? What are you doing with your career? Let me know what the fuck y'all think. Make sure you like the video. As always, hate, comment, or subscribe. Till next video is Ego signing off.